You probably already know that flights, cars and heating create emissions. But even tiny habits like streaming or emailing have a carbon footprint. And this is not to guilt trip you. Quite the opposite. In this video, we want to show you how small, smart swaps, that's hard to say, can make a real difference in your daily life. So let's look at the hidden carbon in everyday habits and at 3 ways to lower yours. Every single video you watch or stream, every song you listen to digitally creates data. The data goes to data centers, and they themselves are huge buildings full of servers that run 24/7 and are cooled by power-hungry cooling systems, so they have a huge carbon footprint. A few hours of streaming content has a lower impact than driving a car for a few hours, but over 1 billion users, it still adds up. And overall, streaming accounts for about 1% of global emissions. So what can you do about it? You can change your streaming habit from 4K to HD, especially on smaller screens. You can also download content once and not keep streaming it repeatedly, especially your favorite shows, songs, little snippets of content. And then you can also turn off your devices entirely, not just leave them on standby. Not only will this have a positive impact on your carbon footprint, but it will also save your money because it saves you energy. Let's move beyond screens for a second. Your jeans, your cup of coffee, even your emails, all of them has a carbon history, has a carbon story. And that carbon story is in terms of material, transport and manufacturing. A pair of jeans, for example, can create up to 30 kilograms of CO2 before you even wear them. And that is the same as driving about 100 miles or 160 kilometers. But here's the mindset shift. Sustainability doesn't mean giving things up. It means shifting towards slower consumption. You can buy better, buy less often, repair and look after the things that you already have. And that is already a form of climate action. And here's your tiny climate curiosity for this week. Back in 2011, researchers estimated that the world's digital data produced about 150 million tons of CO2 in a year. By 2025, that number could be 4 times higher, unless more data centers switch to renewable energy. So when you stream that show on a service that uses renewable energy, or if you just hit download instead of streaming it, you are actually helping drive demand for cleaner tech, for renewable energy. And industry is not deaf to that. Changes like this, across many consumers, give signs to the industry that this is what they want, so they adapt. Little actions multiplied steer industry. So what can you do this week without overhauling your lifestyle? There are 3 things that you could try. Declutter your inbox, because fewer emails mean fewer servers that store your data. Lower your streaming quality when it doesn't matter, like for background playlists. Prepare something instead of replacing it. It saves carbon and teaches kids that fixing is normal. You can declutter your inbox. You can lower your streaming quality, and you can repair something instead of replacing it. Each one of those changes might seem small, tiny even, but together they create a ripple. And remember, it's not about being perfect. It's about being aware. It's about being aware so you can choose the lighter option more often. Which hidden habit surprised you most? Tell us in the comments. And if you try one of these swaps this week, please let us know how it goes. See you next time for another calm step towards a more sustainable life. You can change your streaming habit from 4K, but even tiny habits like streaming or email. few hours of TV. A few. It's about being aware to make the lighter choices